So what's your initial reaction when you talk to a woman in a bar or something?
I don't really need to do that.
You're a man of value.
Yeah, the nature of the work I do is there's going to be a lot of beautiful women because I'm the bachelor of the movies. The focus is more on making good movies, escapism, having a good time.
But I will not, for any reason, just hop into one because I'm like, I'm lonely. Oh, let me just be with this person. No way.
I think with the right person, we would co-create the relationship in the way that makes sense to us. And I think that could be fluid. Maybe for 6 years we're not open, and maybe there's a year where, hey, you want to go work on a movie in Paris for 6 months? I don't know. Does it make sense?
It's like a disturbance in the universe, letting somebody into your little bubble. And I'm like, oh, I got to give up all this? I can eat cereal at 9 o'clock?
Cereal at night.
You're really getting too really crazy with that freedom.
Freedom goes wild.
Maybe you should be in a relationship.
What's going on, guys? My name's Tarun Shetty. Welcome to the Convo Sutra. Man, I've been looking forward to doing this episode, but before we begin, let's do a quick intro for audio listeners.
What's up, y'all? My name is Yuvi Grewal. I'm an actor, personal trainer.
Hi, everybody. I'm Aneri. I'm a writer, podcaster, filmmaker.
Sorry. Can we do that again?
No, go ahead, say it.
Hi, everyone. My name is Shawn Valentino. I'm a movie producer as well as an actor.
Showstopper, welcome to the podcast. Aneri, welcome as a panelist. Yuvi, welcome back. So excited for this episode. What a great Saturday morning this is. Shawn, I don't know what to call you, but we met years ago.
Yeah, we did.
We met years ago. And
too long.
Everybody knows who you are. I've talked to a lot of Indians and I said,
I don't know if that's good or bad.
No, even Yuvi, you said you knew who he was, right?
Yeah, I think I found you years ago. It's that name Showstopper. When he said it, I was like, oh, that guy. Okay.
Yeah, you're reality TV famous as well. You've been on every show, like Dr. Phil, Tyra Banks, Fear Factor.
Yeah, that's how I got started. When I was in school, most people were doing job interviews. I was doing TV interviews all over the world, which was really cool because my first interview was with Tyra Banks on the Tyra Banks show, which was a lot of fun. And then took it from there, went to the Dr. Phil show, and then got interviewed by Jerry Springer.
How'd you get those interviews?
I think people just saw my photos and they saw I live a pretty unique, unusual lifestyle, and especially the contrast between my upbringing, which is very conservative and educated, which maybe some of yours might be as well. But I never thought that the lifestyle my parents were living was very attractive for myself. So I definitely went my own way, and I went to college, went to law school, and basically after that, I've just been traveling the world, having a good time, making movies. So,
what is the lifestyle? Please,
tell me.
For our viewers, we need to know what the lifestyle is.
What's your daily routine?
What is the lifestyle?
The lifestyle is a big mystery now, isn't it? But to clear up a little bit of that mystery, it's just really it's doing what you want when you want and making sure your whole life is surrounded by experiences that make you happy, kind of like a lucid dream. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the movie Vanilla Sky, which is one of my favorite films.
I feel like I'm in a dream right now.
So do I. This is really cool. But yeah, it's just, I think too many people are just too caught up with what people want them to do, and you should be living the type of life that you really want to live and have a good time. As long as you're not hurting anyone, as long as you're doing things that are making you happy, I think that's the central underlying foundation of the lifestyle.
Aneri's blown away by the lifestyle.
I'm not. I want specifics. I want specifics. Get into it.
For me, my lifestyle was all about, when I was growing up, my fantasy was kind of looking at Hugh Hefner and the Playboy Mansion, and I grew up in the Midwest, and for me, it was just a dream. I'm like, wow, looks amazing, and being married with kids, which is what my parents were, that doesn't look that much fun. I'm like, this looks a lot more fun. So unlike most people, thankfully, I was able to make that fantasy come true. So when I was first moved to Hollywood, my second home was basically the Playboy Mansion. I was very, very fortunate. So I would go to all of Hef's parties, like Midsummer Night's Dream.
He was your mentor, right? That's what I read.
He basically was my mentor. If you Google...
That's amazing.
If you Google the next Hugh Hefner, then the first thing will pop up is my photos, which is pretty cool, which I would never have even dreamed of as a kid. I mean, Google probably wasn't there at that time, but it was in its infancy. But yeah, going to Playboy Mansion was a real learning experience, and just seeing how you can kind of create your own reality, which is basically a fantasy. That was my fantasy anyway. Everyone's fantasy is different.
How did you meet Hugh Hefner?
I met him at his parties, which was really cool. The first time I met him was actually on my birthday because he had a New Year's Eve party and my birthday is New Year's Day. So after the clock turned 12, I got to meet him, which because he would meet all his guests, and I got to talk to him for a little bit. And he said, "Happy birthday!" And I'm like, "This doesn't even feel real." I'm at Hugh Hefner's house. I'm at the Playboy Mansion on my birthday at one of his biggest parties. It was insane.
I'm sure he was like, "This doesn't seem real." Meeting you in person.
Yeah, that's what he said too. He's like, "Yeah, I've been dreaming of this my whole life."
When did this switch happen? Because I did a deep dive on you, and there was a video of you in high school, and you were like this in high school as well. So, like, when did this transformation, the look, just the change, the metamorphosis?
So you did see that. So yeah, that was in high school. I was our class president. I guess a lot of it just came from.
Of course you were.
Is that
Like
good or bad?
you're like student council.
Well, you got to get along with everyone, right? But I think, yeah, from the time I was in school, I just, I mean, part of it was just seeing kind of like, I mean, I think we're all from have similar upbringings probably, and seeing other Indian people that were educated, they were successful, but how many of them really seemed like they were having fun, how many of them were really considered that cool? I'm like, I'm going to get educated. I'm smart enough to do good in school, but my main focus is on making friends, having a good time. And I think that energy radiated to everybody. That's why I think in high school, I was basically living the dream. I was kind of like a Zach Morris type in our high school. I was friends with everyone. I was the one that would like go into the principal's office and be like, "Hey, give me the keys to your car." I mean, it was, that's probably where that fantasy started. And I think the video you saw was from the Hunk of the Year contest, which was a fun competition back then. I mean, it was silly and campy, but I thought that was a good starting point as far as building confidence, doing things like that.
How'd you start piecing together your wardrobe?
Yuvi's inspired. He's
I
gonna
think I
start
was
walking
inspired
around.
by.
He's wearing a belt, by the way. Can we just get a?
I know.
Well, and what is this called? The thing on your hand.
This one? Maybe some type of rock star glove.
Yeah.
But I would say that I'm kind of my wardrobe is pieced together by some of my heroes. So the people that I kind of grew up looking up to that kind of all had over the top personalities. I'm a big wrestling fan. So The Rock, like the Showstopper, Shawn Michaels, which is kind of where my nickname stemmed from. Then as far as music, I kind of always liked kind of the old school 80s party anthems like Poison and Guns N' Roses and Def Leppard, and I kind of like that look and that persona of just being a rock star, and that's kind of where it all stemmed from. Elvis, Michael Jackson, so I think I took pieces of all of them, and that's where it
Amalgamation
all
of
came
the
together.
biggest stars in
I
the
can see
world
that.
to create the Showstopper. By the way, he went to like University of Michigan and went to law school. So like, I know you're like super educated as well.
Yeah.
So so when I first met you, I think we were doing like I
I think we did a show together. What show? Where did we meet exactly?
We were doing extra work, 20 years, maybe whatever, 10, 15.
It's been a little while, yeah.
But you were sitting there with like sunglasses and a red jacket, and I was like, who is this guy? And you just committed to it. So I was like, and then I've been following you for years. We became Facebook friends.
Yeah.
And man, you have just kept it going, like pickup artistry, the film producing. And what I like about what you do is that you create your own work. Like you've written books, you've produced 7 movies, and all this stuff is not.
You've done your research. Thank you.
Yeah. What Bachelor to the Future, The Bachelor Mysteries. I mean, these are all movies he's made, like feature movies, and they're on Tubi. And I really respect the fact that you just have a vision. You don't care what anybody thinks about you, and it's working for you.
I think that's the main thing, is not caring what other people think. Because obviously my parents wanted me to be some type of regular job. I mean, I went to law school, so I could be a lawyer right now, but I'd probably be miserable. I mean, I wouldn't want to have a regular job. It doesn't seem that appealing. But I think that educational foundation is extremely important, because no matter what you're doing, if you have that education, people are going to have some level of respect for you when you sound intelligent. I think when people see me, they probably expect this guy's going to be a complete moron, but I think I can speak fairly intelligently about my lifestyle, what I'm doing, and I think that educational foundation is part of it. And to what you're saying, you need to be really all in and fully committed and not really care about what people think, because at the end of the day, how many people are really happy with what they're doing? People are mainly trying to focus on trying to follow some type of plan that society or their family expects. But I think at the end of the day, you should really do your own thing and not really care. As long as you're not hurting people and a nice person that gets along with everyone, I think that's the underlying foundation. And after that, like, do what makes you happy and that you're having fun with.
I need to know your origin story. Where's your family from in India? Like, where'd you grow up? Like, I just need to know that because I know that's not on your social media at all or your
Yeah,
stuff.
I grew up, I mean, according to social media, I grew up in parts unknown, like some, like
Like Ultimate Warrior.
yeah, exactly, the Ultimate Warrior, yeah, exactly, or Macho Man Randy Savage. No, I grew up in Michigan, so that's why I went to University of Michigan. Oh, where?
Troy.
Oh, I'm from Sterling Heights.
Oh, that's so funny.
Insane. Did you go to Troy
They're
High?
like, I went to Country Day.
Oh, nice.
You guys could have dated in high
like
school.
Chris Webber. Like Chris Webber.
Yeah, Chris Webber went to my high
Well, he
school.
dated Tyra Banks. You know that,
Did
right?
he?
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
So
Weber went to
it's all 6
Shane,
degrees.
yeah, Shane Battier, Chris
6
Webber,
degrees of
JaVale
separation.
McGee, they all went to my high school, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Probably a lot before you, but yeah, Weber did go to Country Day. I know
Yeah.
that.
That's funny. Sterling Heights is really close to Troy.
Yeah, yeah. I was
are
on
these-
the border of Troy. I was
are
on
these prep
17 to
schools?
That
Quinder.
sounds country day. I mean, that's
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
School.
yeah, it's a private school. Yeah, I'm 17 in DeQuinder, so right across the street. is
18,
Troy, yeah.
Long Lake and Coolidge.
By the old Kmart. No, Coolidge. Okay, it's a few
Somerset
miles
Mall.
down. Yeah, so you're near Troy High, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Somerset Mall. I walk there every day when I'm in Michigan. So yeah, it's a great place.
Is your
So
family still in Michigan?
her area is a really nice area. Yeah, yeah. My mom lives in Michigan still, but
Should
she
we hang
comes
out
out
when
here
we're
all
in
the time.
Michigan?
Yeah, I'm there a lot. So yeah, we should definitely hang out.
What does your
there.
mom think? Because there's a great video. It's a Vice video. It's got over 1 million views. And Vice featured you. And you basically took a Vice reporter out and you guys were picking up girls in like Germany or something.
Amsterdam?
Amsterdam.
Yeah.
And you just like transformed his look. And it was really cool to watch that. Like, because you were just unstoppable that night.
So let me explain that video a little bit because I didn't think the people that I worked with were very nice. It wasn't very well put together because we basically put it together literally that same day. I was going from Iceland back to Amsterdam, and they're like, "We're in Amsterdam. Let's just shoot something. We can shoot more in LA at some point." I'm like, "Yeah, let's just do it. Let's put something together. Who knows? We'll make it work." And that's kind of how I met the Vice team, and they were super cool to work with, and they just kind of found some random bar. This was like a Tuesday night in Amsterdam, and we tried to shoot something of some value. I don't think it was very well done, but it was still a great experience because through that, the movie producer that produced my first couple of movies saw me on that show and said, "Yeah, this guy would be cool to work with," and that's how we got started. And that's how I got started in movies, was through that experience. So that was cool.
How much of the way you put yourself together do you think kind of gave you momentum to get these opportunities? And how did people not kind of judge you and go like, "Dude, this guy, why would we work with this guy?" Like, what was it that kind of clicked?
Yeah, I mean, if people aren't judging me, I'm probably doing something wrong. I would say, like, I want people to think, like, yeah, this guy kind of maybe be a little bit put off or think, like, this guy is a little bit too mysterious and unusual. I think that's part of the persona and part of the presentation that I want. I think you should have a little bit of a mystique of mystery because really there's not enough of that out there because everyone kind of puts everything out there. For me, even when I'm posting on social media, I don't really want to reveal too much about myself. It's more about the lifestyle, the fun, and the fantasy. But yeah, I think it started from just not caring what people think and thinking this is my vision. I want to kind of showcase myself in public as this Hugh Hefner type figure. A lot of people won't like it. Some people will. And
So what's your initial reaction when you like talk to like a woman in a bar or something? Are they turned on? Or do you have to fight that?
I just don't think I do that. I don't really need to do that or ever really do that because I think that
You're a man of value.
I think that, the nature of the work I do is there's going to be a lot of beautiful women because, I mean, I'm the Bachelor of the movies. I think we're the only Bachelor movie series, kind of like a James Bond parody. So all the girls we work with are very beautiful, but in that sense, I'm more focused. Right now, my focus is more on making good movies, escapism, having a good time. It's not really on having a traditional romantic dating life. And those two sometimes they'll cross over a little bit, but it doesn't really mix well. So my focus is more on the content at this point.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about sacrificing stuff for your creative endeavors? Have you been in that crossroad?
Yeah, I mean, it's. I think I really like this idea of just really committing to a point of view. And I've sacrificed a lot. I mean, I put a lot of, I write a lot.
Tell us your
Yeah,
background
what's
a little
your
bit.
background?
We don't really know you too well.
Okay, so I grew up in Detroit, or in Troy, Michigan, and then I went to
I know that very
university.
well.
I went to University of Wisconsin, and
Oh, amazing. It's a great school.
I lived with 17 white women, and it was not a sorority, and that was when
It sounds like a sorority, a bunch of
It was
white
more like
girls.
it was more like a
It sounds like a
fraternity.
great time.
It was a great, it was a great time. And really, I grew up in a pretty traditional Indian family, and I always sensed that like I was not traditional, but I didn't know how to do things, especially as an Indian woman, without being judged. And then I went to Wisconsin, where I think subconsciously I wanted to go somewhere where I knew nobody, so I could just be who I wanted. And I lived with 17 women, and it was awesome. Like it was just, I don't know. I really liked.
That sounds like the Playboy Mansion.
It kind of was. It kind of was.
Yeah, it sounds
Yeah, and it was kind of spiritually helpful for me to like
super
lose
cool.
all the shame that I grew up with. And they were all really smart. I mean, they're all like partners at law firms and consulting firms now.
Yeah.
So it was like a mixture of play, but also a lot of intellect. And I was pre-med, haha. But I always
Did you go to
knew.
med school?
No. I always knew I wanted to be a writer. So when I graduated, I got a job as a copywriter at Bonobos, the men's
cool.
clothing brand. So
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
like my
that's
first
amazing.
job. And then from there, I worked in tech for a long time. And then I kind of moved to LA 5 years ago and got back into writing and making
Are you having more fun now?
films. Yeah, I love writing.
Tech, medicine, you just checked all the boxes.
Yeah, the
I
usual transition, right?
I did like horribly in my pre-med classes because I hated it. And so
That's the thing.
yeah, that's kind of my story.
So you felt like you were at this crossroad where you can go one way or the other way. 'Cause I feel like I don't know you that well, but you seem like
Yeah.
you're very smart and you could have done anything with your life.
Yeah, and well, it's funny, right? My friend and I were talking about how when we were young, there was this feeling of like, I have to prove to the Indian community I'm smart by doing whatever, medicine or law or business or whatever. And you don't necessarily think of writing as like, oh, that's me being smart. But it is. To write is to be smart. It's to be reflective. And it took me a long time to come back to that. Yeah, I could do anything, but I loved writing.
Did you ever like do speech or student government? Because you speak with like vigor.
I know. I've had this voice since I was 5 years old, which is insane.
That's funny.
People would call my house and think I was like the 40-year-old adult when I was 5. I did do a debate for a little bit in high school, but
Okay.
no, I like comedy.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Have you felt the same way?
Sacrificing for for sure.
What's your background, man?
My background? Yeah, that's true. We've never met. Background is studied film and media in college.
Awesome.
Started doing stand-up in high school at like wedding receptions. I knew I wanted to be funny, perform at like 14. I made my mind up, told my parents, and been pursuing it ever since. Moved to LA 2013. Got my SAG card 2015. And then, the journey has been, I think artistry, like people think actors can be cocky and have like be drama or like divas, but the whole process of becoming an actor is such a long journey of humility. You're constantly being humbled. So when I hear that, I'm like, dude, you have no idea what it takes to make it through this journey. And you think I'm like being a diva? I'm just asking for some basic needs,
I don't think that journey ever stops, though. I think it keeps going. I think people say, oh, I'm going to be an actor, and when I have a sitcom or whatever, then it ends. But really, that job is just a job, and then you got to find another job after that. But
True.
That's with any artistic endeavor, though. If you're a comedian, writer, I mean, the Showstopper.
Well, I always thought that you should make a living off your lifestyle. So that should be like the ultimate fantasy, where it doesn't even feel like a job. It's just a great time. Everything's just kind of your own reality. And
Did you ever have like a rough patch where you're like, damn, dude, I'm broke?
Dude, who are you talking to?
I think when you're broke, that's kind of the best time, actually, because you're just like,
Wait,
I mean, it's
why?
never really, I mean, Hefner always said this too, and it's never really about money. It's about your attitude towards life. And
I got to write all this stuff down on my phone. So I
know.
Take some notes.
Hugh Hefner takes notes.
Hey, sorry to interrupt. If you like this episode, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks.
there's been times where like I lived in my car, but I was traveling the world. I was just saving up money.
And it's
for my
BMW
next
i8, by the way.
vacation. Yeah, it's a fun car to live in, but like it was almost better because you're not tied to anything. You're not really concerned about how much money you're making. I'm not tied to anybody. I'm not married. I don't have kids. So my only responsibility is to give myself as good of a life as possible. And I think you can do that with absolutely no money in the bank. Or if you look at all the people that actually have money, like all my friends are very successful, but most of them aren't really doing anything with it. Like,
Who are you like with your? Who are your friends? Like, what are they? Are
Me.
they normal? Are they in the industry?
Oh,
or
most
what?
of the people I grew up with are like engineers, doctors, or just have very good, solid professions. They're married with kids, which is totally fine. If that's what makes you happy, that's cool.
Yeah.
But
You're like, ew.
but that's just, I don't think that type of lifestyle just never really appealed to me.
By the
I
way,
guess.
you can find these values in his book, The Showstopper Lifestyle,
Thank you. Yeah, the Showstopper lifestyle. So,
Right.
yeah, you can find that on Amazon.
the manual to life.
That's how I got started before the movies. So
So you know what's confusing to me, and maybe you can clarify this. It's almost like you started this persona and you picking up women, the lifestyle, independent thinking, and then you started making these movies, these spoofs, and it's almost like you're blurring reality with fiction, right? Because you actually play yourself in the movies, and there's spoofs of like famous movies like Top Gun, Back to the Future,
Yep.
et cetera, et cetera. But it's almost like you can't even tell like what's real, what's not anymore. Because I was watching your movie last night, and I was like, he's playing himself, but he's not playing himself. So it's almost like you've committed so much to this, like you're now like this guy from the movie. It's crazy. Like I'm just watching you in the movie.
well, people kind of always told me when I was doing my thing that your life is almost like a movie. I'm like, let me just do the things I'm doing and make movies out of it. So, which is really cool because wherever I travel, we shoot with kind of the local people there. And like when I go to India every year, and my family, a lot of my family
We're
is
in India.
Mumbai, Calcutta. My parents are Bengali from Calcutta. So,
Wow, we're getting some gems here today.
but yeah, I mean,
Nobody
a lot
ever
of
knew that.
Did you not know that?
The mystery is fading.
Yeah, all right, you didn't hear that, so cut that out. No. But even my family over there was in the industry. Like my mom's sister was a soap opera actress. My mom's first cousin was the first female news reporter in Calcutta. My cousin's one of the top fashion reporters. She calls herself the Wow Detector. She's in Mumbai. And my other cousin, Dibba Chatterjee, shout out to him. He just released his
Shout out.
first feature film that was debuted nationwide on all the theaters in India. Now it's in airplanes over there. So we kind of all have a little bit of a non-traditional background in entertainment, which is pretty cool. So
When you're at home, what do you like? Just when you're alone, do the shades come off? Like, what's going on?
that would kill
That's the mystery.
that might kill the mystery, right?
This is what this is about.
I'm
dude.
never at home. The shades never come off.
The shades never come off. Okay.
I sleep in the shades.
Brushing your teeth, just
Exactly.
okay.
When did you come out, so to speak, with your lifestyle? And what was that like?
I would say probably sometime after college. Through college, I was living a fairly traditional life, even though there were some non-traditional elements. I mean, you saw videos of me in high school. I was always somewhat of a rebel, somewhat of a non-traditionalist. Like I said, not too many Indians were class president in the Hunk of the Year contest, things like that. But I'd say after college, I'm like, I'm all into the persona, the lifestyle, having a good time. I'm still going to go to law school. I'll get that law degree, but all bets are off. I think I'm going to have... My main focus is going to be about having a good time. I don't care about anything else.
Can you help me?
Wow.
Like, what are some comments you can help me with my look or the lifestyle? Like,
Oh, you look great. So you don't need any help with that. But I think the main things that a couple things that are the underlying foundations. I think one, being alone doesn't mean that you're lonely. I think that too many people are scared to kind of be alone and make their own happiness. I was an only child. Killing a little bit of the mystery right now, but I was an only child growing up. Both of my parents worked, so I think from a very young age, I kind of had to kind of create my own reality where I had to entertain myself. So I think that same attitude has kind of manifested itself as an adult, where I'm comfortable traveling the world on my own. And I think too many people become too codependent and feel like they need someone else to kind of satisfy their happiness. But if you're happy within yourself, you're kind of going to be happy in whatever situation you're in.
Yeah.
And not really worry about what people think.
Have you ever been in a long-term relationship?
Defined relationship, I guess. I'd say that all my relationships that I've had were kind of non-traditional. Either open relationships, big shocker, right? Yeah, okay. Either open relationships, but I think it doesn't matter. I don't think you can really define a relationship. It's really how you define it.
True.
But I think the main thing is you need to be honest with whoever you're with that, this is how it's going to be. So pretty much the people that I've been with that were slightly more traditional, I always told them, have a good time when you're with me and do whatever you want when you're not with me. I'm not going to get jealous, but
I love
when
this.
we're together, let's just have fun.
Yeah.
See, that's so hard for me. I know that principle, like just don't hold on to relationships, but it's so hard for me. Like when I'm with someone, I get very codependent on that person.
Yeah, that's
But-
normal.
But that's the right attitude. Like if people want to walk out the door is there. And I always tell people that at some point, the door is open. You can leave whenever you want, but you're not gonna find anybody better. And that's just what it is.
Well, that's the attitude you should have. Right?
Yeah.
I like that caveat.
It's hard to, walk the walk sometimes when you're in
course
LA
it is.
because
Yeah,
LA is
where
so
you-
lonely.
It is. It can be. Yeah. I know. I feel the same way as you. Like in theory, I'm like, oh, I can do this, and then I get codependent too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Aren't we wired to be like that? Right? We want to have,
course.
Some dependency, just not full dependency. You want to be
Yeah.
able to rely.
So that's why I always say, for me, speaking for myself, I'm like, being single actually allows me to be less lonely because I have the complete freedom to hang out with whoever I want, when I want. I have huge set of friends, people I grew up with, people that are in the industry in LA. And then next week, my mom's coming. She's visiting for 2 months. Like if I had, most of my friends' moms, they hate their daughter-in-law. So I'm like, this is kind of like the most freedom you could possibly have and the least loneliness because you have the autonomy to be with whoever you want when you want. So you're never really lonely. You can surround yourself with all these wonderful people. But when you're actually tied to someone in a more of a traditional relationship or a marriage, you're a little bit limited. I mean, you're not fully limited. It depends on the context of your relationship, but you're kind of limited as far as who you can hang out with. You can't really fully do what you want when you want to.
What do you think, Aneri? The female perspective on that?
I was actually thinking I agree with that. I think that we grew up with one mode of relationship, and I lived with my last ex, and in the last 2 years of our
How did that
relationship,
work for you?
I mean, he's my ex. So, the last 2 years of our relationship, I don't think I've ever felt so lonely, and I didn't understand. And granted, I wasn't happy, but I remember thinking and we did try to open up our relationship, which you should not open up your relationship if that's what you're trying to do. To
open a
fix it.
relationship?
Oh,
Yeah, I tried
explain
it.
that a little bit more.
We were like, all right, let's try to see other people, and we broke up 6 months later.
Wow, that's a bold move.
Did you get jealous or did he? Or?
I'll talk about it. He would get jealous when I was with other men, but not when I was with other women, which I think which is interesting.
Yeah.
It seems like my kind of guy.
Yeah. Well, I was like, you should be a little bit more worried about the women.
You can't
No, but I think
you can't get jealous. That's.
But to your point about I do remember thinking, because I do also like to meet people and I'm interested in people, not just just emotionally or whatever. And when you're in a relationship, there is less of that. And so I don't know. I could go both ways. When I was really happy in the relationship, I really liked it, but when I wasn't, I was really lonely. So my honest answer to that is I think with the right person, we would co-create the relationship in the way that makes sense to us. And I think that could be fluid. Maybe for 6 years we're not open, and maybe there's a year where, hey, you want to go work on a movie in Paris for 6 months? I don't know. Does it make sense to say don't be with other people? I don't know. So
I think relationships
open.
are going to get, boring after a while anyways. I mean, you got to pick your poison. Because if you're alone in this town, you have that freedom, but you're alone. But then
You're alone.
But when you're with somebody, that also can get, very, you feel like you're trapped sometimes if it's not the right relationship.
Totally.
So it's almost better to be by yourself. What do you
Yeah,
think?
Better to
most
be
of
by
the
yourself
time.
than the
Most
wrong
of the
one.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Most
Well,
of
you
the
just
time.
have to be very happy with yourself, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're happy with yourself, you could be happier in the context of a relationship. But when the jealousy and all those things come in, it's probably best time to just get out, which is not easy to do either.
Yeah.
It's really hard to do.
Yeah.
What do you think, Yuvi?
About,
Have you had that experience of being in a relationship or felt?
dude, I've been single for like a hot minute, like 10, 11 years.
You guys are all showstoppers here.
We gotta hang out.
I know.
Maybe, yeah, we should.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
supposed to meet, I
we
think.
might need to put you guys in the next movie, right?
yeah, man, I'll be down. I love like I'm a relationship type guy, but I will not for any reason just hop into one because I'm like, I'm lonely. Oh, let me just be with this person. No way. I'll never do that. So I see your videos. You're like, oh, I'm in the grocery store alone. Yeah, like I do that too. I'm doing that all day, man. Yeah.
Is it because we're creatives, or is it because we live in Los Angeles?
I think
Both.
I think this in LA, this is definitely a town where being single is definitely the way to be. It's very difficult probably to be in a traditional relationship in LA. One, there's too many options, especially if you're in the entertainment industry. Like, kind of the nature of the industry is you kind of have to be single to really be successful and really do what you want. I mean, it can work, but I don't think it works that often.
Rarely date, and I went out with this women last week, and it was nice. And I was like, oh, I could actually see myself, hanging out more. I'm so used to being alone by myself. Like when you're alone for such a long period of time, it's almost like it's like a disturbance in the universe, letting somebody into your little bubble. And I'm like, oh, I got to give up all this. Like I can eat cereal at night. I can go for walks at like 1 o'clock.
Cereal at night.
Yeah, I was like,
You're really getting too really crazy with that freedom.
Yeah, I can live a
The
very.
room goes wild.
Maybe you should be in a relationship.
as long as Captain Crunch is part of the deal.
No, grape nuts. No, but I feel like if you're alone for so long, you get used to it, and then someone all of a sudden you got to compromise your time, and that's so important to me, like who I spend my time with. So I'm always
Should be.
That's true, because as creatives, who you spend your time with really affects your work and how you feel day to day. So I'm picky about that. Like I've been single for 3 years, which is long for me, but it does help creatively sometimes to be single.
sure.
Well, you just want to surround yourself with positive, productive people and are enhancing your life in some way. I always thought that an ideal relationship, and I don't think relationships should just be romantic. Anything is a relationship, right? We haven't seen each other in years, but we still have some form of relationship, right?
I follow you
on social
religiously.
media.
I
and-
follow you, all your
I
stuff.
follow you too. I see you posting all the time. You're doing your little selfie stories, and
Yeah.
I'm like, this guy's having a great time. He's doing what he wants. That's what it's all about, really. It's whatever happiness means to you is what matters. But I think that really everyone in your life, there's some form of relationship there, right? I think too many people get tied up in thinking a relationship is just romantic, but that's not necessarily the case. Like every person in your life, there's some form of relationship. And
That's true.
I always tell people like people are very caught up with like finding the one or finding that one romantic partner. But I tell people like when a guy is like, yeah, I need to be married or whatever, I'm like, imagine if someone told you can only have one guy friend and that person's going to be the center of your life and you have to hang out with them 24/7 and this is the person that is going to, your happiness is centered around. I mean, it just sounds ridiculous, right? But in a sense, a traditional relationship is kind of the same. You have to have this one person that is fulfilling all your needs. And I think that's too much pressure on both people. It's too much pressure as a guy, too much pressure on the girl, and too much pressure on myself to satisfy all the needs of this one person. Like, in a sense, like all these different people that are in my life, it's kind of like all these different girls that kind of all fulfill little things that kind of add up to a traditional girlfriend, if that means it. If that makes any sense, like one person.
You're building the
I might have-
Voltron of girlfriends to make this one.
Like a
Yeah, it
harem.
always has
super
to be
girlfriend.
multiple. It can't
Yeah.
be just one. But I mean, one person might be funny, and one person might be just cool to hang out with.
No one
Another
has it
person-
all.
Yeah, no one, and I don't have it all either. So I'm like, there's no way I want to fulfill all of someone else's needs either. So that's why it's important to be on the same page. I think one mistake guys make, and I think most guys, if you give them the choice, they kind of want to be with multiple partners, but if they have like a girlfriend, they're gonna get jealous or angry if the idea of that girl being with someone else. And I think if you're a guy out there, like you can't have it both ways. You have to be, if you want to be with other people, you have to be fully comfortable with whoever you're with, doing whatever she wants and giving her complete freedom too. So I think most guys get a little bit insecure about it. Speaking as a guy, I can't speak as a girl, but I know most guys get a little bit insecure about that.
Yuvi, taking notes?
I'm taking notes. I have so many thoughts, dude. I wanted to ask you, like, what is your outlook on
On the Iran war.
exactly? But before that,
What war? We're in a lucid dream, right?
Disagreement. What's your outlook on judgment on others? Like, do you judge people? Do you go like, just dude, look at that, dude? I'm staying away from. Or what is your outlook on that? Being who you are.
I think, I mean, as a human being, you unfortunately probably are a little bit judgmental. I try to be as minimally judgmental as possible because I know myself, I'm like super flawed. I'm totally out there. I'm kind of this rebellious nonconformist myself. So even when people are trashing me on social media or don't necessarily like me without knowing me. I can't really blame them. I'm like, that's kind of the persona I'm putting out there. But I think it's very important to like be very respectful of all different types of people. I think that's what made me class president in high school. I was always kind of this eccentric figure that just got along with everybody. And I think that's kind of transitioned to when I'm in Hollywood now. Like when we're doing our different events and things like that, like I've always been kind of the person even here that kind of brings people together, because my friend said I was almost like a switchboard. I'm like the type of person that can hang out with my mom for a couple hours, then hang out with some stripper, then hang out with like my friend's mom and take her out to dinner, and then hang out with my cousin's kids. So like, I think you need to be able to adjust your personality to the different types of people.
Yuvi, are you judgmental?
Just based on what he said, man, I used to be more, but I've always probably been the least judgmental of my circle, just because of my outlook on life, the way I grew up. That shaped the way I look at people. And just living in LA, and I don't want to create more friction. I always want to like find connection with people. I don't want distance and like easy way to find friction. I hate finding friction. I don't do it.
How about you, Aneri? Are you judgmental like when you meet people?
I mean, I think everybody's a little judgmental, right? Like, we have judgment. But I think I strongly believe people should live the life they want to live. Like, I don't have any kind of judgment on people living with whatever intention they have. I think the kind of person I do avoid is people that have just like a lot of unresolved like anger or like whatever. That for whatever reason, that is hard for me. So it's not even a judgment on them. I just know I can't.
It's a lot of LA.
Yeah, it's a lot of LA.
Yes.
So when someone starts to like act up, I find that that's hard for me. And I'm not judging it. I just can't handle it.
I can relate to you. I actually had this thought last week. I like keeping my circle small because people always disappoint me in some way or another. I have such high expectations. And I thought, well, if I just don't have any friends, nobody will disappoint me. Right?
I can get cereal at night by myself.
No, honestly, like I had that thought. I was like, these human relationships is crushing.
They're messy.
Can I give you some advice?
Why not?
Showstopper.
You got to stop having human relationships, have superhuman relationships. You got to be above it all. I think one of my underlying things when I'm dealing with people is no explanations, no expectations. If you don't have any expectations of people, they're never going to disappoint you. But I think taking the malicious people out, those people are not people I deal with. I'd probably deal with a lot of people.
But how do you know? Because everybody has like a front out here in LA.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably some people that have malicious qualities, but if it's coming out towards me, then I'm probably going to cut them off. That generally hasn't happened, but I think that, maybe I've just been fortunate, or maybe I have kind of an escapist chakra. I have a very escapist personality where when people are with me, they kind of feel like they can be themselves and just have a good time. They're not going to really be talking about world issues and things like that. They're like, this is a person just to have fun with. But taking that all away, I mean, you're saying anger issues, things like that. I think the main underlying attitude with me when dealing with people, this is probably why I usually become friends with pretty much everyone I meet, is just having a lot of empathy. And if you think about it, like, this is kind of an example I heard in a podcast. Say all of us witness a car accident right in front of us, and then a police officer interviews each one of us. We're all going to have a different story, right? Because we all take all of the experiences that we've had our whole life, everything that's kind of shaped who we are, and that's our point of view on how we witness things, right? Like, that's how we witness the accident. But that's kind of like emblematic of life too. Like, we all take whatever experiences we had. So if someone has a lot of anger, you kind of have to understand maybe this person had a really tough upbringing. There's a reason that they're angry, right? No. So if you have that empathetic point of view, I think that you could probably get along with really anybody. I know you're a really, really nice guy, so you saying that, like, I don't actually believe you. I'm like, you seem like the type of person you wouldn't be doing this show if you weren't extremely empathetic and understanding different people.
I can be very cold, and I'm sure if you guys do a history of me, like, I can cut off people very...
The truth is coming out.
No, if I sense that, and here's something I've got to trust my intuition more, because I usually have a good intuition about people the first time, and then I always tell people, you got to watch people's actions. It doesn't matter what people say to you. You have to really watch their actions, what they do, to you behind the scenes. Pay attention to that because that speaks to who they are. So that's really my MO in life now.
No, that's good.
Yeah. Sorry, are you... I sound like I'm really angry.
No.
You don't.
One thing that's also helped me kind of filter through people at this point, not earlier, but now I'm going, okay, cool. This person's just really insecure, so they respond in anger. Oh, this person's super anxious, and so they're really high strung and like might snap. So I kind of I go, oh, I got you. I kind of can navigate now, as opposed to just going like, this person's crazy. Like I don't do that much. I just go, well, let me try to figure this person out real quick.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
That's great.
Do you have any thoughts on this, Aneri, before we start wrapping up?
I need to get better at that. Like I tend to like avoid the anger piece, but I think not to get too deep, but I think it is like a childhood trauma, like a thing.
Do you get
Like,
angry? I
sense-
mean, I can't imagine. If you started screaming at me, I'd be so scared. With your voice.
I don't get angry very often, maybe once every 10 years, but I'm really scared.
Every
when I'm
10
really
years?
angry.
It's coming up, right?
It doesn't happen. I've done a
was the
lot of
last time?
therapy.
Yeah.
I've worked on it, but when I was like younger and I would get angry, I'm really oh sorry.
right.
I'm really scary when I'm angry, so I try not to.
By the way, I just want to plug, you have a podcast. And one
Yes.
reason why I asked you on the podcast, because I really want to empower Daisies who do their own stuff. It really drives me crazy when people just wait for opportunities. And the fact that you go out and shoot stuff is really awesome. Guys, check out her stuff. And you can plug your Instagram here as well. But
Okay.
it's really cool. that you're
Well,
doing
check
stuff.
out my podcast. It's called Not Quite by Aneri. So my name is spelled Aneri. And it's really fun. I like our podcast.
Yeah. So what's next for the Showstopper?
So we're working on our latest movie, which I'm really excited about. It's called The Bachelor's New Year's Mystery, and my birthday is New Year's Day, so this is really fun.
Wow.
So the theme of the movie is we have a countdown to the end of the world. There's a nuclear bomb that's about to go off before New Year's, and
It's like
I
Mission
have to,
Impossible.
I have to save the world from the nuclear bomb and also find a girlfriend by New Year's. So I don't know which one's going to be more difficult.
Usuals.
Yeah,
By the way,
the usual
I think
problems
finding a
people
girlfriend
have.
is
Yeah,
harder.
exactly. The nuclear bomb's a bigger threat.
Atif Mirza, who directed Bobby Khan and JCOC, has done a body of great work. He's sitting in the room. Atif, do you have any questions? You have the Showstopper, right? He knows who you are, by the way.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Because these features are not easy to do. So you actually
No,
go
they're
out
not.
and raise financing for the movies. And
Yeah, I think the main thing is putting together a good network of people because it's amazing. There's so much, there's so many talented people in LA. They're just looking for a fun project to believe in. They don't necessarily even like care about the money. They just want to collaborate and do something. Like, none of us are here for the money today, right? We're here because
Right.
we believe in you. Like you.
Well, I am.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, keep waiting.
Give me that check after. No, it's because it's a cool project. It sounded fun. I figured I'd meet some quality people. I haven't seen you in a long time, but that's the attitude I take towards my movies. I'm like, we can work with this wide network of different artists, and I kind of like the Bollywood idea of pure escapism, beautiful people, great music, just giving people, not worried about any type of point of view or political thinking, just give people pure escapism.
Yeah, there is a Bollywood influence in your movies.
Definitely, yeah.
Like
Like we
the-
do put a lot of random like musical numbers within the movie. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Bollywood movies because I think they're the real dream factory, not Hollywood. Because if you look at these Oscar movies, I'm like, I watch movies like every week. I don't even watch these movies. But Bollywood movies, I think, just have that escapism.
By the way, your look is how Bollywood actors dress. Atif and I both worked on a Bollywood
That was
show,
another
and we met
influence,
so
yeah,
many stars, and literally, like, they walk in however they want to dress.
Yeah.
So.
No, I think that, I mean, going to India every year, that helps. But I think that Bollywood attitude is really a big influence on me as well.
Yeah. How about have you guys watched Bollywood? Any influencers? I love your boots, by the way.
Thank you.
She's kind of got Showstopper boots.
Definitely, yeah. We got to put you in
obsessed.
We got to put you in the next movie, definitely with those boots. Yeah.
She's like, I borrowed them from him.
Yeah, no. Bollywood. I do like Bollywood. I mean, I feel like there should be more Showstopper women types in Bollywood. I'm like, is there anyone like that?
Anymore, it used to be like that more often, where you have like almost every girl in Bollywood was stunning, like Rani Mukherjee.
Oh my God,
and,
Rani
like,
Mukherjee's amazing.
Like Kajol and Madhuri Dixit is my favorite.
Oh, she's
old
my
school,
favorite.
but
She's so hot.
It's a beautiful smile, like really stunning.
Shilpa.
Well, it's not as
Shilpa
conservative
Shetty,
anymore.
yeah.
I mean, it's really not. I mean, there's kissing now in Bollywood, right? Right out there? No? Yeah, so I mean,
Is there?
maybe your movies have affected Bollywood. Maybe directors have
Maybe
seen.
a little bit, but really our movies are all pretty much PG-13 rated. I mean, my mom comes to all of our premieres. I'm like, I want movies that my mom can watch and you guys can watch too, and equally just have a good time. It shouldn't be taken too seriously. It's not about like being sexual. It's more about just having a sexy, fun vibe to it. So, and giving people just some type of like escapism, like I said. And I think that For me, the Bollywood I liked was kind of the late 1990s, early 2000s when it was just more of a romantic time. A lot of melodrama.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Quick question for the group. At what point did your family take your career seriously? And we'll wrap up. It's the last question.
For me, it was just my dad, especially seeing me just withstand struggles that he didn't ever experience. You know, your dad, you always mold your life journey kind of after your dad. Oh, I've done that too. I've done that. Seeing me do things that he hadn't done was like, oh, wow, okay, wow, he means business.
Yeah.
I think when I started, like I made my first film a few years ago, and then when I started the podcast, I think at a certain point, I think they were like, wow, she's serious about this. Like she's putting out content every week and it's really good. And she's starting to get, you know, like noticed by certain people. So maybe in the last like 2 years is when they started taking it seriously.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they necessarily take it seriously, but I think everyone's very supportive because they see what I'm doing. I mean, we have numerous movies on Amazon Prime and Tubi. Like they've seen me on major shows with like big time celebrities from like Fear Factor, Tyra Banks, Dr. Phil. They obviously know I'm not just doing it for just as a side project. It's something I do actually enjoy. I'm very passionate about it. And I think my mom, she's like, she gets to come here and go to these movie premieres with like hundreds of people in nice theaters, like be in party buses, and everyone like respects her and says hi to her. So I think that she gets to be incorporated into this lifestyle of freedom and fun where, you know, she can come and stay with me for a couple months. Like
For me personally, I think it was when I started making money in the business. I think that's when my parents were like, oh, okay, he's actually doing something productive. And I know that you've been making money and, you know, we all have various ways of like financing our art, et cetera. But for me, that was, I think, for Indians, I guess, that's the Indian influence.
Yeah.
Me too. Yeah. When
fair enough.
I had to share certain like commercial checks with my dad, look, I got paid this much. Oh, you know, that's when you go, oh, okay.
Where can we find you on social media?
So you can find me on social media at Shawn Valentino, SHAW is Shawn. So you can see me on Instagram, on Facebook, and follow Showstopper Modeling for updates on all our movies. And main thing, just watch our movies. They're all going. Half of them are in Tubi now. The other half are going to be coming out this year. But we have The Bachelor Party, The Playboy's Impossible Mission, which is where the saga started. Then The Bachelor Party, It's a Wonderful Lifestyle, which is our second part, and The Bachelor Murder Mystery. All three of those are on Tubi, and the rest of the movies will be coming out this year.
Cool. Awesome.
Awesome.
Aneri?
Okay, so my personal Instagram is Queen Aneri, KWEENANERI, and then my podcast is Not Quite by Aneri. So you can find me on Instagram, on TikTok, and our podcast is also on YouTube.
I'm at UV Grewal and then at UV Trains for personal training. Summertime, guys, hit me up.
And you can find me at Tarun Shetty, and you can follow us at 𝐷e Convo Sutra. Shawn, thanks for coming by.
Thank you. This was an incredible opportunity. I'm really excited to be here, and it's so nice to meet all of you and hear your stories.
Thanks, guys, for jumping on today. I appreciate it. And thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate you. Don't forget to like us, follow us, send us to a friend, and we'll see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.